Hey, thanks for stopping by and seeing what I'm talking about. My name's David, and I want to share something with you. There are many people fighting an illness that can't be seen. Many forms of cancer, heart disease, autoimmune diseases, depression, and more that afflict the everyday lives of people around you. Maybe it's you, maybe it's someone you work with, someone you go to church with, you don't even know they're sick. But what you do need to know is that living with a chronic illness affects every decision you make every single day. In 2013, I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease called pemphigus vulgaris. For the short answer to your question, my immune system thinks my skin is the enemy and it attacks it. At this time, it affects approximately 1 out of 1 million people. There's a treatment, but there is no cure. What that means, like many others, with an unseen illness is that it's something I can't just get over. I have to learn to live with it. So, in my hand, I have 12 normal everyday spoons from the kitchen. There's nothing special about them. I'm just going to use them to tell you a story. Each spoon represents an expenditure of energy. When you exert energy, you lose a spoon. So, a healthy person may live life as if they've got an infinite number of spoons. They don't have to think about it. They can get up and go to work, get dressed, breakfast, put in a full day, come home, go out and spend time with friends, hang out, go to a ball game, watch TV, whatever. They don't think about the energy they've spent. The weekends, hey, that's just free time to go play or do yard work or something like that. But if you're not one of those people, life's a lot different. So let's just go over a day with an active illness. Assuming we normally start with 12 spoons, just a random number. And I have to keep in mind that stress can burn spoons too. So, a physical stress like work or exercise, but as well as mental or emotional stress as well. So, that'd be like bad traffic, bad news, bills, finances, whatever. If it gets you emotional, if it gets you stressed, that can burn a spoon. So, my alarm goes off. I get up and I get going. I need to be at the car lot by 8, so I'm running late already. I had a bad night. I was up at 3 a.m. thinking about this and putting this all together. So I'm starting behind already. I wake up having not had much sleep. I'm down 1 spoon already. So I'm down to 11 spoons. So I got to get up and get showered, get dressed, get on the road. I'm not going to have time to grab breakfast at the house making something. I'm just going to grab it on the road because getting dressed and showered is a second spoon. I'm down to 10 spoons. So I get to work. It took me an hour to drive 30 minutes. Get there, I've got 10 cars to make keys to. I spend the next 4 to 5 hours getting that done. It's about 1 o'clock. I'm ready for some lunch. That has cost me 4 spoons to get that job done. Grab some lunch and be at my next lot by 2. They've got 4 cars. But I live in Texas, and it heats up usually most times of the year. And heat can cause stress too. So by the time I'm done there, I'm down by 3 more spoons, which means I've got 3 spoons left. So now I drive home. Now it takes me 2 hours to get that 30 miles. Traffic was a little rough. That's cost me another spoon. So now I've got 2 spoons left. I make it home by around 7ish, and I walk in, and we've got friends that want to go to dinner across town. I would love to. I want to see them, but I've only got 2 spoons left, and I know that if I drive across town and back for whatever time it takes to do that, that's going to cost me at least 2 spoons. If something goes wrong, it might cost me 3. And right now, it's been a long day. I've got about 2 hours left in me before I am just too exhausted to move. If I run out of spoons before I get home, I'm too exhausted to drive. Now, I hope that I have enough sleep this night so that I can wake up the next day with a full 12 spoons. If my illness is fully active, my body is fighting itself and burning that energy without me doing anything at all, I may start the day with fewer spoons. So if I'm down to 6 or 4 spoons, you know, that's not even enough to get me out of the house. I'm missing a day of work. You know, that's more stress. Now I'm missing work, missing pay. You know, you can see how that adds up. So that's what people living with a chronic illness deal with every day. Everyone and every day is just a little bit different. Some may have more spoons, some may have fewer spoons. I just hope that this might give you a little clearer understanding of what it's like to live with a chronic illness, or give you a way to explain it to others if you have the chronic illness. This method has come to be called the spoon theory. It was first used by a young lady named Christine Miserandino, and I encourage you to go over to her website and read the story of its origin straight from her. Her website is butyoudontlooksick.com. It's a great story. I was introduced to this theory by my cousin Megan Clay. When I was first diagnosed with my illness, she presented me with a very special gift. She made me a spare spoon to encourage me to be strong. I thank you, Megan. I really do. And I hope that I can be as encouraging and supportive to others as you have been to me. On that note, I encourage you all to reach out to some form of support group that shares your circumstances. I found a very helpful group for my illness on Facebook groups that gives me people that I can talk to and relate to that understand what I'm going through, and that we can share experiences to try and help each other. So, I hope I've given you something to think about, and y'all have a blessed night.